Hi, welcome back. This is Rico, and in this lesson we're going to be doing some Subtractive EQ. So let's start off with our bass track. Take a listen to it. And let's take a little look at what we've done. Okay. Alright. I dipped about 6 dB on 126 Hertz, and then about 10 dB at 259. I found those to be problem frequencies. Made the track a little less muddier than it is, so we can take a listen to it without and with. Okay, here we go. With this EQ activated, and then here a low pass. Alright, now I want you to take a look at something here. I got a plugin here called Voxengo Span. Now this plugin is going to show us something very important. I'm going to turn these effects completely off here. Okay, this is a waveform of our bass. Notice here that it's dipping way below 40. Now this is where we can stop hearing right here at 20 Hertz. Your speakers aren't going to hit that, especially your iPhone earbuds on. So 40 Hertz is a good range to start dipping. So I have here, I have it set to 59. Watch this, watch the graph. You see it starts dipping now? Yeah. It's cutting at about 40. Don't need anything else on there. And then as soon as I click this on, start getting a little bit more dips around here. Alright, let's ditch this and let's go to the kick drum. Beautiful. Our lovely kick drum. Great. Open it up. And our kick. All I've done to the kick, this is a Waves plugin by OL, the SSL EQ. I've applied a 60 Hertz high pass filter. So let's look at this meter. This is a T-Rax meter here. Okay. I want you to look here. This is basically the same graph that we saw with that Voxengo plugin. Watch, I got it turned off now, that high pass filter. See all this? Yeah. Gone now. Back up. So that spike. Look at that. Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay, so we've cleaned that track up. Let's go to the clap and snare. Alright, pull this up here. This is with the EQ turned on. All I have is same thing. This is a low cut. I have it set to 108. After I turn it off, yeah, we get a lot more frequencies dipping. We don't want none of this here. That's where a kick's gonna be. So we'll kick that back on again. Nice. Okay. The extra clap. Okay. You can hear it right here. Good. You can see I've done nothing to it. Sounds fine. Actually, you know what? This construction kit, the samples that are here are beautiful. I haven't had to do much cuts at all. The hi-hats have done nothing. Cowbell, I've done nothing. Let's listen to everything all together. I mean, it sounds nice and clean. For the exception of those little cuts I made. These are very clean samples. I think they did a very good job with these. Okay. Good. Now we're going to go to this drum fill here. Okay. I've done nothing to it here on the hi-hats. Okay, this drum fill. Okay. I've applied a filter here at 338 hertz, at 88 hertz. Let's take a look at this. This is what we originally had. Alright, look at this disaster. Look at all this crap down here in the sub-frequency range. We turn this off. You hear that? Let's hear it cleaned up. Good. I'm going to play all the drums. And turn it off. Feel it's thick. Just getting in the way. Clean it up. There we go. So it's in its own frequency range. It's not bothering no one. It's minding its own business. Okay. Now, let's go to this loop track here. Let's take a look at what I did with it. Okay. A couple little cuts here. Some annoying frequencies I pulled out. And then here, once again, a low cut. That's without the filter. Let's open up the frequency analyzer. Okay. This is without the filter. Look at all this crap down here. Just getting in the way. You don't even hear that. There we go. Put that filter on there, get rid of the mess. Let's hear that with everything else. This is without the filter. I'm not going to turn it off. Here's the filter on. Off. On. You don't even hear the difference. But I can tell you one thing, when it comes down to finally mixing it down, it's going to make a huge difference when we clear that bottom end, and we want that bottom end nice and tight. Okay, so let's go to the next loop number 2. We'll give this a little click on. Okay, I've done nothing here. If we look here, I've applied a high pass filter, 439 hertz. Let's take a look at this without it on. Okay. You see there's a lot more frequencies here around 200. Turn that off again. There we go. Just cut everything down there. Makes more room for the kick. Let's take a listen to that with everything. Beautiful. Sounds great. Let's go to the last loop now. And in this last loop, take a little look. Once again, high pass filter, turn it off. A lot of garbage near 100. I'm not even going to hear that with that kick drum blazing. Turn it back on. Okay. Next. Alright, the effects channel. Effects 1. Let's go to our effects channel. We'll bring it back here. Alright, this is our effects channel. Happens right at the beginning. Take a look, I've done nothing to it. Effects 2, I've done nothing to it. And effects 3, I've done nothing to it. So all 3 effects combined, I have this. All these samples are fairly clean and they stayed in their own frequency range, so it didn't bother anyone else, so it didn't bother me. Good. Now, let's go to the leads. Right here. Okay. Done nothing with this EQ here, but I've done something with this one. Excellent. Okay, I put a high pass filter here at 154 hertz. You can see now if you look at the frequencies here, I'm turning that off. A lot of crap here between 60 and 80, which is going to conflict with our bass and our 100 around our kick. We don't want that there. We want to make room for the kick, make room for the bass. Okay, I dipped around 541 here, didn't like that frequency was poking out, and then I cut out some of the high end here. Here, take a listen without it. I could have left it in, but you know what, I got a lot of synths that are playing up in that register, and other things that are going to happen in this track, so I decided to cut it out and make room for those guys. Okay, so let's go to the next one, the additive synth. Good. There we go, it's a higher frequency synth. Okay, let's take a look here. All of that is I applied a high pass filter at 306 hertz. Without it and with it. When I put them both together, sounds pretty good. You know what, let's listen to everything now, all together. Everything we've done here. All these guys. Doesn't sound that bad. We haven't done any EQ carving yet. We've just been removing all the crap. Beautiful. Okay. Now, let's do some glitches here. Okay, this glitch number 1, I applied a low pass filter here. And I dipped here 347 hertz because that frequency was bothering my ears, and then I applied a high pass filter here at 250 hertz. Now if you're wondering why I'm using 2 different equalizers, apparently when I use an equalizer in the effects chain here, it comes first, as where this is the EQ leaving all the effects chains. So this one here is the first one in the chain, and this one will be the last one in the chain. It makes a big difference when you're working with your bass. Alright, so let's go to the next one here, glitch number 2. You heard it at the end. We'll do that again. And here we go. Okay. See what I've done here? Just another low cut. Get rid of the mud. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's take a listen to this bass. All I've done here, band pass, 98 was the low cut, The high cut I set at 3.7K, and then a little dip around 136. I didn't like that frequency. This is without the EQ. With it, good, much better. Sounds very nice with the actual bass that came with this pack. Good, okay. So here's our lead. Our lead I applied in another low cut, 206, and a little dip at 469. And then let's take a look at this analog phaser here. We'll bring it here. Take a look at this. Just another low cut. 193, making room for the kick drum. And then this ARP here. A low cut at 252 Hertz, and then a little dip at 3.1K. Okay, that's it. Now if we listen to everything together. Sounds good to me. We haven't even done any real mixing yet. We've just been taking out all the frequencies we don't like and making room for the kick and the sub. Beautiful. All right. I'm Rico. I'm out. I'll see you next lesson when we start talking about some compression and some tonal EQ. All right. I'll see you later. Ciao.